Welcome to the Classy Career Girl podcast. I'm your host, Anna Runyon, founder and CEO of Classy Career Girl, one of Forbes' most influential career sites. This is a podcast for a community of women who want to turn their passions into work they love. You'll learn how to become happy, successful, and balanced with class, skill, and style. We believe that you can create your future. So stop delaying your great life. Go put yourself out there. You can have your great life and career right now. Hey everyone, welcome to the Classy Career Girl podcast. This is Anna Runyon, and I am excited to come back to you again today. This is time management mama here, right? The kids just went to the park with dad. I have 30 minutes before my coaching call for my membership class, and then I have another coaching call because it's Tuesday for our certification program to go to do questions in there. And so I have 30 minutes. And instead of, wasting that, I am going to record this podcast for you. So I am actually very proud of myself that we have published a weekly podcast since the beginning of the year, and we have not missed a week, I don't think. So last year I was very inconsistent. Obviously my life was a little crazy last year. And so I'm super excited that we get to be with each other every single week. And I've been really looking forward to this every week. I try and do this on Monday. It's actually Tuesday today because I didn't get it done yesterday because the kids were home and it was too loud to record a podcast. So I like to do it when there's a quiet house because I can think better. And then of course I don't get interrupted. And then there's not like yelling and screaming in the background, or usually it's knocking on the door over and over again. Mom, let me in. Even though it's locked, it's like knock, knock, knock. And they don't, they don't understand exactly that I'm trying to record a podcast. They want to be on the podcast, and maybe they will someday. So let's dive into our topic today. I have been talking to a lot of people who want to be career coaches because we officially just opened doors for our next cohort of career coach certification. And we are only going to do one cohort this year, not two. So if you have ever thought of becoming a certified career coach or getting into the career coaching field, definitely let's chat, because I want to tell you about certification. Not only are you going to learn how to coach and so you can build your confidence, but then I help you build your business and I help you scale your business. And that's what we're going to talk about in the podcast today. But first, let's chat if you've ever thought of starting a coaching business, or if you already have a coaching business, but you're not scaling and you're kind of plateauing. Go to classycareergirl.com/apply. That is the application page, and you'll be sent instructions after you do that. So let's dive into one of the big challenges that coaches face, especially when they're just getting started, which is growing. So it's pretty easy to get an hour of coaching here, an hour of coaching there, but how do you get that consistent revenue coming in month after month so you can quit your day job, so you can do this full time like I am, so it can provide for your family, so you can even travel and do all the things on your bucket list. So we need to have that consistent revenue coming in, and we also need to be growing the business every single year. So how do we do that if we just have a handful of one-on-one clients? That's what we're going to talk about today. So you're going to get very actionable strategies to overcome these challenges and to really start growing and expanding in 2024. So the first thing that you want to do if you're feeling stuck in your coaching business is you want to assess your current situation. So this is really important. Always start with your time. Always start with your time. Identify what you are spending most of your time on. So I love going to Toggle and tracking my time. I do this every quarter. Every time I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with my calendar, I go back and I track my time for a week and I see how many hours I'm working. I'm seeing what tasks I'm doing. And then I evaluate what things can be systemized, what things can be delegated, what are revenue generating activities and what are non-revenue generating activities, because we want to be super focused and prioritizing revenue generating activities if you want to grow your business this year. You want to focus on the tasks that directly contribute to income generation. So let me give you some examples. Those are sales calls. Those are speaking events. Those are webinars. Those are creating and selling and promoting your digital product. Those are outreach messages, going on LinkedIn and messaging people and outreaching to people you don't know. It's also outreaching to people you do know, you're connecting with, that you used to know from college. Those are revenue generating activities. You're getting out there, you're becoming known, you're telling people about what you do. And then you're talking to customers who are interested in working with you. Maybe you're working on sales pages for something that you're selling, or you're putting a course together or something like that. Maybe you're planning for the year, maybe you're planning for the month or the quarter, and you're putting your marketing plan and your social media plan together. All those things are revenue generating activities. What is not revenue generating is working on your website for 3 months and not actually getting out there and helping anyone. So you can see how a common mistake is working on those more administrative items that aren't actually client interfacing. So we also want to analyze your current client base. We also want to do some, really go over your client avatar, really go over what their needs are. And so this is going to also help you grow and scale and create other opportunities to serve your clients when you really understand what their goals are, what their challenges are, what they're frustrated with, and really what they would like their life to look like. And how you do that is by talking to them. So we want to assess your current situation, make sure you are focusing on the right activities, make sure you're doing those revenue generating activities. One thing we do with our clients right when they join our certification program is we go through their calendar. We go through, okay, what's your time look like? We block the time and we put in those most important revenue generating activities into their calendar. And I actually do it with them. We pull out their calendar, we create their work week. And it's so nice to have a really organized work week when you're making sure you're focusing on the right things. That's how you grow. The second thing is outsourcing and delegation. If you want to grow, we got to do these things. So we got to identify the tasks that are suitable for outsourcing. So this could be, maybe some of your administrative tasks, maybe some of your marketing tasks. If you don't already know, I hired a virtual assistant long time ago when I was just back in my day job. Before I had a full-time business, before I even quit my job, I had a virtual assistant and she was in the Philippines. And so I was able to connect with her a little bit when she started work because it was her nighttime. And then I would go to sleep and she would work on my business in the Philippines while I slept. And then I would get up early before work. I would work on my business because I always say work on your own goals before you go to work and work on other people's goals. And I would, connect with her when I woke up, and she had grown my business. But while I slept, she was like pushing my business along. And then I would check in and I would do a little work in the morning. I'd go to my day job. Obviously, the business didn't grow that much, but we were making progress together, me and my virtual assistant, and we were like a team. And I learned so much about delegating effectively. I learned so much about leading. I learned so much about setting clear expectations, about project management, about communication channels in those early days when was not my full-time thing. And I learned so much and we grew so much faster because of that in those early days. So I highly recommend hiring a virtual assistant in the beginning to start delegating those things that are, that you don't like to do, and those things that other people can do. There's things in your business you don't need to be doing. A great example for me, I was holding on to creating Zoom links for my coaching calls and sending them to clients. Like anyone can create Zoom links. It doesn't need to be me, but we sometimes forget that other people can do a great job at things as well. And then when you delegate that stuff, it just frees up your mental space and you don't have to worry about that anymore. And you have time to be creative and to reach out and to create new products and services, which is what only you can do. The third thing you need to do to scale your coaching business is to create systems and processes. You want to standardize your workflows and develop step-by-step processes for common tasks in your business. Even if it's just you and you don't have anyone else on your team, create systems for you, because that's going to help you. If you have like a checklist, if there's something like creating a blog post and you have a checklist for that, or for me, it's my social media. So anytime I have like 15 minutes, I can knock out a lot of my social media posts in 15 minutes because I have a checklist. I'm like, okay, Instagram story, done. Facebook feed, done. Threads, done. TikTok, done. And I can just go boom, boom, boom because I have that system and I have that checklist for very common tasks. So you can do things a lot faster when you have a checklist like that. And then it's a lot easier to give it to someone else. Like when I'm ready, and I have delegated social media in the past, but it didn't quite work. So I ended up taking it back, and eventually I will delegate it again sometime. But I will be ready. I will have the checklist already. I will have all my instructions and all my processes and all my branding, and anyone can do it, right? So that's why it's important to standardize workload flows if it's just you only. I wish someone would have told me that first when it was just me starting the business. Like if I would have created systems, it would have helped me. It's not just for when you're building a team. Also, when you're scaling, you want to implement new technology. You want to utilize tools and software to streamline operations. This is not a time to be cheap, because if you get one more client, like say you can sign another client for $1,000 a month or $500 a month, that's gonna pay for the tools. I mean, tools aren't that crazy. The tools you need aren't that crazy expensive. So, just our bookkeeper says this too. He says, just go out there and get a new client instead of being cheap. And he didn't, when he did a training, this is Parker from Evolved Finance, by the way, is our bookkeeper, and he's amazing. If you go work with him, tell him I sent you, because I highly recommend him. I've been working in his company. I've been working with him for a couple of years now. But he did a training for our coaches in our certification program. And that is what he said. Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap on these tools and the software and the things you need in your business. All you need to do to pay for that is just go get another client. Your time should be better spent just going to get clients. And then you can put that technology in place to help you, make things automated in your business. And we have definitely done that over the years. Implementing those systems and those technology into our, email systems and social media systems. And now we have AI tools in the business as well too, and calendar management, all these things that we have. We're slowly, we slowly every year kind of implementing new technology to be able to help us run better. And then you also want to make sure you're training your staff, ensuring all team members understand and follow your established systems and follow your purpose and your excitement about your business. That's why they're going to want to work for you, because they believe in your business and your purpose and your values. And so you as a leader have that time and space to be really focused on pursuing that purpose and making sure that you're passionate about your values and the work that you're doing as well too. And then it's really easy to be able to create these systems and have these systems able to follow as well. All right, number 4. This is the exciting part. So this is what and this is why you should apply if you want to talk about career coach certification, so we can do this session together. Because what I do on every call is I show you what we can make together. I show you what you can make on a monthly basis when you diversify your services, which is step and tip number 4. We don't just want to stick to one-on-one coaching. That's a great place to start. I always recommend, I have a little spreadsheet that I go through on all my calls, and we start with one-on-one coaching. So we start, with a monthly price point. So say it's like $750 and you sell 7 per month, and you can make $5,000 per month. That is super simple. You're selling one product. You have that time booked out in your calendar for your coaching calls and for your sales calls, and you're getting paid on a monthly basis. Maybe you're having like weekly meetings with your clients. That's a super, super easy business model to start making your first $5,000 a month. But from there, we want to grow it, right? So from there, then we add in another product. And so I highly recommend all of our coaches in our certification program have a digital product. A digital product is something that you can sell for like $100. It's a lower price point than working with you one-on-one. It's going to serve people who maybe can't afford your one-on-one, but it's also, the real goal of it is to help your clients build trust and a relationship with you. So the next thing they do is going to be wanting to sign up for, a call with you so that they can learn about your program. So building the know, like, and trust factor with you. And then the third product I have, so you have 3 different levels of product. 1 is one-on-one coaching. That's your highest level, VIP. 2 is your digital product. That is a self-study type of course with video content included in there so that they can build trust with you. And your third product that you're going to have is a group, because groups are scalable. So for example, I have 200 members in my membership site, and they are all paying me every single month. Some of them have been paying me for years and years and years, because every single week, today included, I show up for them and I coach them and I help them. And they can go through all the content I've created over the years inside of our membership class. And that is unlimited. I mean, I have 200 members in there now, but it's not going to take more of my time if I double that, triple that, quadruple that, right? The sky's the limit for the amount of money that group can make, because it is a scalable product. And that's what we want in our business. So an example I always show people is, we can get to 10K months easily by having a digital product and one-on-one coaching, and then adding in your group coaching. So say, maybe you're charging $300 a month and you have 10 people, and we can get you, to 10K just there with those three options. Now, say you go from 10 people in your group coaching and now you have 20 people in your group coaching. That went from 10,000 a month to 13,000 a month just by adding 10 people, which you can totally do in just a month and keep adding it every single month. So I like to show this because this builds on top of each other. When you have a scalable program like this, you can make 10K months and then 13K months, and like every single month you can kind of see that increase, which is really, really exciting part of doing business and having a scalable product. So you definitely want to build that into your business, expand into online courses, digital products, and then you can create that additional revenue streams beyond one-on-one coaching. So those are my tips for you today. Just make sure you stay true to your values. As you expand, make sure you continue to focus on your mission and what is most important to you and what you're passionate and excited about. Because if you are fulfilled and excited about your passion, people are going to want to work with you, whether it's on your team or sign up to be in your program and service or coach with you as well. So those are super important. And then always just remember, how can I serve my clients today? Serving is the best thing that we can do as coaches. So I hope that you apply. Go to classycurricle.com/apply. Would love to meet you, would love to help you, and would love to show you visually. It's so hard on a podcast, but I would love to show you visually. I'll share my screen and we can kind of walk through, where you could be by the end of the year and what the vision is for your business to help you reach your goals, whether that's 10K months or 20K months or like whatever you want your coaching business to look like. I will see you next week. Thank you everyone for joining, and I hope you have a great day.